After a night well spent at Sarchu, we head out towards Leh. In the morning, the weather forecast said that we are going to experience very dry weather, even though it was very cold in the morning, a bit cloudy, all the way towards Pang. Taking all the precautions, we started our ride towards Leh. It was a bit cloudy and the start was a bit chilly. Our boys zoomed straight towards Leh with all the josh. All that we had dreamed of doing this ride, we were doing it now, and we had all prepared ourselves for this beautiful ride to Leh. The Sarchu plains have got good tarred roads and they are maintained very well. After you cross somewhere around 100 kilometers past ahead of Sarchu, you would experience bad roads. As we ride past the Sarchu plains, we will be heading towards our first destination, which is very famous, called the Gata loops, and they actually have beautiful loops and you must have seen them in the photographs. We'll be passing also through the Nakeela, the Lachung passes, and also the very famous snow-cladded mountains of Taglangla Pass. So here we go, head towards the Gata loops. It's been really fun riding through these beautiful roads, zip-zapping, turning to the curves, looking around the valley, the river on the left side. It's a completely different terrain we are riding through. The roads have been very amazing. We have crossed numerous bridges which are well maintained by the BRO, the Indian Army, and the roads have been off-road for the past 1 hour and mix and match of both tarred and off-road. You can see a lot of beautiful terrain all across, and in between you have these roads and then you have these formations on the mountain cliffs, very different formations. You wouldn't see them normally on the mountains. It's only visible in Leh Ladakh, and it looks like a semi-desert area. So we're going to cross one more bridge, as you can see ahead. So these are the kind of bridges you'll be coming across. So it says there are different kinds of names given here, like you have Whiskey Nala, then you have this place, that bridge. So different names given to different destinations, and well maintained. If the bridges are not functioning, the roads has to function. So they ensure that there is a bridge which is functioning by the BRO, and so the army vehicles can pass smoothly. We've been passing through beautiful roads. You can see the terrain on both the sides. It's totally different. It looks like a semi-desert. You have partial snowfall on the top of the mountains at this altitude. We have been passing through amazing roads until now. There's a little change in the terrain. Now we have a river in the valley. You can see on the left side. We're passing different boards. Now we are heading towards the Gata loops, which I had told earlier. We saw the board saying Gata loops here. From here, Pang is around 51 kilometers. Here we pause for a short time for clicks. The two riders, Binu and that is Saurav, and Saurav has been riding very nicely. This is his first Himalayan trip on a motorcycle and he has been doing really great, and I'm going to follow him and see how he really does well. And it's been a fantastic ride. All three of us, me, Saurav and Binu, have been riding amazing until now. We have already entered the Gata loops. The terrains have changed. I'll be able to share. It has also started snowing now. आप देख ही सकते हैं कि बर्फ़ गिर रहा है और हमारे चेहरे पे, हमारे हेलमेट पे it's already very cold. बहुत ठंड लग रहा है हमें. And passing through this area had been very tough. The Gata loops are famous for the 21 hairpin bends that push you from the 4190 meters to 4630 meters. It is a 7-kilometer stretch. From here you continue your ascent towards the Nakeela Pass, which is situated at an altitude of 4740 meters. There are no facilities or habitats in this area. Avalanches, severe snowfalls, landslides can occur at any moment and can sometimes block some portions of the road, making them highly dangerous owing to ice patches.
It's 1 hour.
The weather in this zone is severe and very unpredictable, and it doesn't take long for a dazzling sunshine to turn into moderate to heavy snowfall. The route is supposed to be haunted by the ghost of a visitor who died here and was buried. People sell smokes and mineral water on the spot and then go on their way. Nakeela Pass. At an altitude of 15,547 feet, 4738 meters in the mountain in the Zanskar range. Next stop for Nakeela is Lachung, and from here you will enter the second highest pass on the highway, sitting at an altitude of 5079 meters. Lachung. It separates two mountain valleys. They are Sarchu and Toze. It is also near the Zanskar river and in this river. Here the temperatures can drop to minus 20 degrees Celsius at the time of winter, which was the second pass of the Leh-Manali route, although if you have a problem with altitude sickness, then you might face a bit problem of breathlessness during the climb. Breathlessness, headaches, nausea and uneasiness are common symptoms. Acclimatizations to high altitudes takes time. Avoid any exertion that might affect your breathing process. See the view, guys. This is where I am. That's my bike here. We're heading towards Pang now. That's my Himalayan. Lovely. We're heading from Sarchu towards Leh. So at present it's around 14 kilometers from Pang. So I'm waiting for the other two riders. They're still not arrived. You can see the view. Fantastic. Wow. See the view. That's the river. Down. Amazing. So Saurav is reached. Heading towards Pang. अच्छा रास्ता था। लेकिन सिर्फ waiting list is getting well. So guys, we're waiting for the third rider. It's Minu who has fallen a little. रास्ते में ना कीचड़ बहुत था. काफी कीचड़ है. You can see the background. We come through rough roads. It's total off-road until Pang. Fantastic view. The Himalayans are doing really well. Be on the second gear or first gear. The landscape between Lachung and Pang is as dramatic as it gets. The colors varying from white to brown to black to at times even yellow and pink. Those high mountains let in just about the right amount of light, creating a play that is simply poetic. Especially at the time of the day, the tiny Lachung river adds to the charm of the place. The desolateness of it all making it look almost post-apocalyptic. The road does not complement the awesomeness of the landscape at all. Not an ounce of tar ever seems to have been laid on this stretch. A downward drive from Lachung Pass takes you to Pang. Here downhill you can see a bridge called the Kangla Bridge. The moment one crosses a retired monster by the name of Kangla Jal, that bridge can be seen along with that gateway formed by the wind. The wind tunnel effect plays around with the topography and creates some amazing wind-swept structures. The structures are formed by wind erosion over centuries. The dramatic scenery is an understatement between Lachung La and Pang. It boasts of one of the most inhospitable terrains of the region. The enormity of the scale is hard to digest. Even the road all the way to Pang from there is just classic. The anthill type formations on the mountain tops soon become visible. The Grand Canyonish feel of the place simply cannot be ignored. Finally, Pang comes, a sight for sore behinds. The punishing terrain, whether one is coming from Sarchu or More Plains, makes Pang a mandatory stop. We finally made it to Pang, taking just under 3 to 4 hours to cover the horrible 87 kilometers stretch. From here, you will encounter plains till Debring, that is 4835 meters. They are called the More Plains and they're very beautiful. Soon after Pang, the narrow road rises to open up to a high altitude plateau. The 45 kilometers long stretch of seemingly endless landscape is referred to as More Plains. At an average altitude of 15,000 feet, the panoramic vistas that travelers encounter are exhilarating. After climbing the turns of Pang, hard to believe this enormous stretch of plains. 40 kilometers of plains on such an elevated place. The tarmac is pristine and you can race towards the glory. The plains end with a climb towards the Tangdangla Pass. Encountering the More Plains forces travelers to redefine their idea of the plains. Flanked by the distant mountains on either side, the enormity of these plains in front comes as a pleasant surprise. We continued our journey on the recently tarred double-laned roads on the More Plains. It was quite a feeling to zip at 80 to 100 kilometers at such an high altitude. The bike was responding well, and even though the sun was beating down upon us, the good road made everything bearable. Now we head out towards the Tanglangla Pass, located at an elevation of 5,328 meters, that is 17,480 feet, which is one of the Ladakh's spectacular high altitude mountain crosses. One of the greatest charms of traveling on Manali-Leh highway is to drive across all the high altitude passes. So now we're going to head out towards the Taglangla Pass. As you get closer to the land of the llamas, you will finally conquer the Taglangla before you finally run to the Leh city. Watch out for our next ride to Taglangla Pass on episode number 6, on a beautiful ride to Taglangla Pass.